Welcome to Buffed in Between Us, a show
Where-
where,
Buffed is in between us.
yeah, a show where we have nothing prepared.
I've got two questions.
Fonder, we have.
Do you want the extreme one first or the less extreme one?
Let's start here first, because you're making me a little bit nervous. You have pre-tears in your eyes, which means you got something up your sleeve here.
I'm so excited to ask you.
Let's start here. We sent an update. We've had a couple of proposed names as well to the, what did you call the people who bought Buffed at the very beginning? The Buffed
Heads.
Buffed Heads. We have actually had just one proposal to be the Buffedites. We're considering
Marcus,
it.
Buffedites?
It's on the table.
He said it's on the table.
Everything's on the table apparently. So any suggestions? We would take suggestions for first purchasers of, what do you guys want to call yourself? We sent an update where Sonder told everyone exactly how much money we have made since the launch. And now I look like an idiot for all the people that I've reached out to and been like, we're doing $1 million. What do you got to say for yourself on that?
Sorry, I choose truth and honesty.
Whatever we got to do.
Anything else?
Nothing.
Oh.
That was your whole answer.
So you want me to
You should talk about that.
you want me to pump it up?
No. Maybe we send it as a passcode protected email. Passcode protected
So do we
to
send
all of our
do we send the passcode
to the Buffed Heads
or Buffedites?
or the Buffedites. We send them a passcode protected email. That would actually feel pretty cool.
But how do they get the passcode?
They're
We get everyone's social security number first,
yeah.
and it's the last four digits.
We build the email in Adobe Acrobat,
Okay.
and then we set a passcode.
Okay.
We send them one email that has just the locked PDF in it.
Okay.
And then we send another email with an update. But in the update, there's a secret of who can unlock the PDF.
So only a slight number of people can unlock it?
Maybe 20.
And then what? They distribute the code?
If they felt like that's what they needed to do. I mean, that would be their code. I'm not going to tell them what to do
I
with
like
their
where you're
code.
going, just logistically.
It's
Feels
actually
like a lot of work.
Well,
Do you want more work?
it doesn't matter. The thing is, it doesn't matter who gets the information of the email. It's just the fun of getting the information.
Oh, okay.
Other than I probably would not want. Listen, we're dealing in a world of creators. And there's just something that's it's not as exciting when we reach out to a large creator and we're like, hey, we'd love to work a deal with you. And we've made $50,000 in revenue.
That's not bad in 3 months.
It's incredible.
It's not where I thought we'd be, but
I would say it's incredible from a bootstrap perspective.
Yeah.
Having like made a product and sold $50,000 worth of it in realistically like 3.5 months. I'm just saying that maybe Nick Merckx doesn't get like super stoked about a company with 50.
Good thing he's not a customer, You'd never even see the email.
I dare him to be a customer.
I'd double dog Dr. Dre him to be a customer.
I dare him to drink Buffed on stream and see what happens.
Probably won't.
He won't.
Too big of a pussy.
Yeah, now he's like, I'm a dad.
Dad suck.
You're a dad. How does that make you feel?
I suck.
Okay.
All right, that was good. My questions now?
I'd like to get to your questions.
Now or when?
I don't want to get to your questions, but.
All right, are you ready?
No.
It's a good question.
I'm sure it's like not as bad as it is in my head, but the way you led up to it.
Okay, that's a good question. What question do you think I'm going to ask you? And I'll answer that question.
I don't know, but it's going to be a very inappropriate question where I'm going to think about how we're going to post it. And my wife is like one of the first people to comment on a lot of our stuff. And it's like, how do I block her from whatever response is coming?
I'll block her.
Okay.
after she sees what you say.
Yeah, exactly. I will not trust you to block.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
If Buffed was a religion,
No.
what would our articles of faith be?
No. We believe in
I wasn't
incredible
expecting you to go with we
ingredients.
believe. Just, you know.
And
Wait, I didn't even hear what you said.
no, we believe in real ingredients that actually help your brain and not in gigantic logos in the middle of a UFC octagon to be the source of truth.
Could we do a 6-9 that says brain erections?
I don't
So
understand that
6
question
through
at
9,
all.
brain erections. That's like our 6 through 9 article of faith.
Something that I think is worth. Maybe it's more of a Dr. Phil thing.
Maybe we come back to this.
Okay.
Articles of faith, then we talk about this. Okay, so I took care
I'd
of
like
I
this to
took
be
care
in
of
my-
6 through 9. So
How many are you trying to get to?
I feel like we at least got to fill in the gaps.
1 to 5?
Yeah.
It's a lot of things that you will inevitably not believe in them in like 2 years.
I mean, I don't know if I believe in them now.
So stupid.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you believe in?
Let me be Dr. Phil.
For what?
Let's hear about this expedition.
No, I think it's just like,
Don't say no. Just tell me
well,
how you
no,
really feel.
it's this like now versus future. Okay, so when we had a Hyundai Tucson. It was a small car. We had 2 kids. Doesn't really work that well.
They call it a Tucson in Alabama.
They might.
They do.
They do. You have
You
proof
been to
of this?
Alabama?
Yeah. Honestly, I played against the University of Samford one time. I struck out in the top of the 9th inning. It was about 55 degrees. Ball was 4 feet outside. Looked at the umpire and I said, "What are we doing, man? Like I'm trying to get a spot." And he looked at me with a totally straight face. He said, "It's cold and I'm hungry. Let's get the hell out of here." And that was my first college strikeout. No, so I don't know what they say about Tucsons in Alabama.
Well,
But you do.
That's all they call it. Okay,
Okay.
go ahead.
No, we just bought. So when we started looking at cars, all right, we have 2 kids. We don't carpool.
Let's call them motor vehicles.
Call them whatever you want. And my wife was like, "We need a full-size SUV." I said,
A lot of groceries.
I was like, "Well, no, we buy it, okay?" So like, I was gonna lose the battle. I just decided to let's give in because part of the reasoning was, well, what happens when we carpool? And I said to her, "Our daughter's 3." I'm hanging out with a lot of friends these days. And then get this. Okay, I gotta be careful with this sign. I just did this one.
Uber pool.
That can get you in trouble in certain places in the internet.
This one too. It's Illuminati.
Yeah, which you're a part of.
You're
having a
doing
third
it
kid.
again. Oh, 3.
I'll do this one instead.
No, you said third kid.
Dude, we're having a third kid.
Is this Inglorious Bastards? I'd
I
like
haven't seen
3.
that show in a long time.
I said no.
This is
This is
Mockingbird, Kill Mockingjay.
No. He was talking about how many beers he wants, and he holds up the wrong number 3 in the bar. And that's what gave them away.
Then what show is this?
Inglorious Bastards, when they all get
I
shot
haven't
up
seen
in
it
the
so
bottom.
long.
Anyway, okay.
Anyway, so we're having a third kid, and I was talking to her about getting a Thule on top of our car because I was like, "Oh, it'll be nice when we travel and stuff." She goes, "Well, don't you think we'll just get a Max when we have the third kid?" So we bought an Expedition for nothing because apparently we have to buy the bigger car once we have a third kid.
For extra carpooling.
All right, let's get to some questions.
That was good, though.
Here we go.
No, I've got one. Would you consider yourself having a potty mouth?
That actually is pretty interesting. No, I would not.
What would Mikkel say? How would Mikkel answer that question?
That's hard to say. We'd have to ask Mikkel. Now there's a
Should you
spectrum
call
here.
her right now?
We
Just
can
hold it to the mic.
Should we try?
Yeah,
should we
let's
call
see.
her?
Here, let me talk.
No,
Yeah,
no.
you got to hold it into the mic.
She can hear.
Hi,
Hi, babe. How are you doing?
I'm pooping.
You should not have said that. You should not have said that.
Why?
You're on camera. On
No,
speakerphone.
shut up.
You're on speakerphone.
Well, Thunder, everyone poops, okay?
No, we're
Pregnant
going
people have a harder time than non-pregnant people.
You're doubling down. Okay. Just keep going.
Can
Well-
I take a few?
No, I have a question for you, but
Okay.
would you say that I have a potty mouth?
I would say that you have
She's on the
higher
potty.
than average potty mouth in front of your children. Like probably most people in front of their children dial it in a little better than you do, but overall, I would say average.
Do you?
I don't know where this clip is going to end up. I'll probably tell you about it before it gets posted.
Hey, Mikkel, do you think there's any irony that we asked you a potty question while you're on the potty?
You guys, delete.
This is going to be our most viral clip of all time.
No.
It just has to pass 3,000 views. So it's,
Okay,
Mikkel, do you think that this clip is worth more than 3,000 views?
Say bye.
I can't believe that just happened.
I'm happy
And you
for
kept
Buff.
it together.
I'm happy for Buffed in this moment.
Did you keep it together?
You don't have to go home and talk to her about that. You get to drive home. That's on me forever.
I get to laugh with people about it.
We should consider a time where she might have. She's got a girls' trip in a couple weeks.
Oh, so do it. Release it then?
Yes.
Okay.
It'll take her like 4 days past the video. Because you don't have to deal with this
Well, I
at
do,
all.
but not like
yeah.
you.
you get when I just inevitably start saying no to scheduled calendar dates, you get to deal with it.
Oh, gosh.
I'm gonna just throw this out there. This has been a big topic of conversation in our house. You know, she's 12 weeks pregnant.
12 weeks.
We got to be nice to her.
Yes.
You know, all those pregnant moms out there,
Shout out.
buffed. Actually, you
Consult
can't.
a doctor.
Well, yeah, you actually can't drink it. So wait until you're done.
I mean, you can.
You
but
can. The
consult a doctor.
caffeine intake, 150 milligrams of caffeine. I think it's
Baby's
like
going to go for a ride.
yeah, but I think it's like 50 milligrams a day that they say don't exceed.
Sounds like made-up doctor stats. Should we show some COVID stats right now?
That
Or maybe we don't touch that.
I don't think we touch it. I don't know if you're allowed to say I'd like to touch
Third
it.
question. Were masks effective during COVID?
No one cares what we say. But no.
Well, they showed 1% more effective.
So you're saying yes.
So maybe.
You're saying
You substitute,
you're going with yes. Okay.
All right, those were my 3 questions.
Mark that down. I had one more question.
But my idea of calling Mikkel was probably the greatest idea we've had as a brand to date. I'm just throwing that out there.
I'll tell you what masks would be effective for. When I
Bad
opened
breath.
Yes.
Okay.
When I opened our Buffed Ideas app and we had thought about our Buffed Fairy, which he'll put here.
Can you put the buff fairy?
Put him here. I've actually referred to it's a him. It's not a good. It's not.
It's got a nice butt. See?
When I opened it up and one of the ideas we had was for him to fart buff powder into people's faces.
Okay, do it to Court's face.
Just like that. If I had a mask on, protected.
Well, once again to our previous topic, maybe.
1% more effective.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a real question.
The other ones weren't real?
This one's a different question.
Oh, okay.
That I think actually, I'm gonna lay some background here. It's legit. I know
Okay.
I can still see the watering in your eyes.
God,
Like,
I was trying to keep it together.
I'm a little bit traumatized. Let's call Jaylyn and ask her if you have a potty mouth.
The answer's no, so
Who have a bigger potty mouth, you or Jaylyn?
Jalen.
If a child, when your kids started swearing before they knew what it meant, whose fault was it?
Probably Yellowstone's.
Blame it on the TV.
Yeah.
Who was watching it?
No, they were asleep when we watched Yellowstone. No, we'll just say Jalen. Yeah.
Jaylyn. Keep that in.
Yeah.
I'll just send that one to her.
Okay.
Won't be like 50% of what I'm going to deal with.
Maybe 5.
Maybe 1. All right, we've been working with a lot of creators. We just did
Yeah.
a conference with creators.
We did.
This is legit. There's a lot of brands out there, and these brands, they think like, well, you hear idiots on the internet who sell you a package, and everyone just says stuff like, content, you need more content. Content's the greatest thing ever.
Content's king.
We did this. Okay, hand up. We're guilty.
Buff Fairy.
We posted a lot of crap we didn't like.
Yep.
Because you think content is king. What would you say to a new brand starting out in how to work with content and content creators?
Just give up.
That's it.
Just throw in the towel.
It would have saved us a lot of time.
Just walk away.
It would have saved us a lot of time.
Save your money.
Would have saved us a lot of money.
Don't reach out to the creators we're excited to work with. Because your brand probably isn't as good as ours.
Well, I mean, there's no doubt about that, but
Yeah.
would have saved us a lot of money.
You
All
have
right.
PTSD?
No, I don't. I have, I don't know what you would call it, just probably a phobia of signing contracts.
I have a phobia of money going out of our account every day.
Every day. Phobia of bank
You want
accounts.
$5,000? Hey, if you want $5,000, just email Sonder@buff.energy.
Tell him you got
You got a sweet content idea.
yeah. It's Sonder, SAUNDER @buff.energy, not .com,
Don't add a
buff.energy.
It's not a real website.
Send him an email. And then he'll send it to me.
So
And he'll
what
be
do you
like,
think?
I think this is a great idea.
And then we'll have $5,000 less, and you'll create a sweet video.
Get a video funded. I think we're about done with this segment.
Yeah. We just can't outdo the potty on the potty. That should be our new segment.
Why don't we just call random people?
I think we should. And just say, hey, are you on the potty right now? Actually, no, because it's even better when you
There's
just
no chance
ask,
that they're on the
what are you doing?
I mean, I will say
What are the odds?
my wife and I's relationship and openness about everything that's happening,
It's beautiful.
it's an A+.
Will
How many
you-
wives would answer the phone and say, I'm pooping?
How many? Jalen would. So there's that.
A few.
How many times a day do you think Mikkel poops?
No, I'm not going to answer that question, but it's less than 1 right now. She's pregnant.
Well, that's what I want to know. The odds of that happening.
Oh, the odds of it actually, we didn't ask her if it was actually happening.
Well, she used a verb,
She did.
so I would assume it was happening.
I don't want to talk about this that much anymore. I'd like this part to get cut, but not very much.
Oh, I'm just trying to understand the odds.
No, the odds are minimal. They're like so small.
How many minutes in a day?
None.
There's a Rent song about it.
There's a what song?
Rent.
Rent?
Yeah, the musical.
Never seen it.
5,797 a minute. You never heard that song?
I have. I don't think that's from a Rent. Isn't that
The musical is called Rent.
Yeah, but isn't that a real song by
Well, I don't know.
some lady named Veronica? Veronica something? It's a V name. It's a V name.
Victor?
No, I'll have to look it up. What's the song
All right.
called?
Buffed in between us.